America, you must be 18 years old to buy a rifle. And you must also be 18 to buy a box of cold medicine containing pseudoephedrine. That is their only common ground. After that, everything begins to go in two completely different directions. Let's start with the cold medicine. You walk into a pharmacy, a place painted in such a bright, sterile white, with employees in white coats. You find the section with the tiny boxes behind the counter, locked in glass cases like treasures. You can't just pick one up and take it to the checkout. No, you have to request it. And instantly you are no longer a customer. You become a petitioner. You must present identification, a photo driver's license. Their system will scan it, checking how many boxes you've bought this month, this quarter, this year. You are being watched. Every transaction is logged in a national database like a criminal on parole. Also, you can clear your sinuses. The feeling is strange. You feel like you're doing something wrong just because you want to stop your nose from running. Now, imagine you walk into a gun store. The atmosphere is entirely different. It's not a sterile space. It's warmer, smelling of wood and oil. The guns are displayed in glass cases, polished, like works of art. You can point to one and say, "I'd like to see that one." And the salesperson, instead of looking at you with suspicion, will smile. They will tell you about its history, about how it feels in your hand. They treat you as an enthusiast, a collector, a conscious citizen. You fill out a form, a quick background check. And in most states, there is no national database tracking every time you purchase a firearm. You can buy enough ammunition we won't go into that. But you cannot buy enough Sudafed to fight a severe cold in the same month. This contrast isn't just about the rules. It says something deeper about fears and rights. Here we fear a society where people can easily make methamphetamine more than we fear a society where people easily own guns. We are willing to give up privacy and go through cumbersome barriers to prevent drug crime. But we are strangely hesitant to apply similar measures for something with immediate lethal potential. Perhaps because a cold pill turned into drugs is a perversion, a clear misuse. But a gun used for its intended purpose? What is its purpose? That is a question we don't really want to answer. We simply accept that this is how things work, that the right to have a clear nose is a privilege that needs tight management, while the right to own a tool that can end a life is a fundamental right, executed quickly and conveniently. The process continues, and it becomes even clearer when you look at what happens after the door. Suppose you pass the first barrier at the pharmacy. You've shown your ID, signed your name, and been permitted to buy one small box of medicine. But even then, you don't truly own it. You are authorized to use it. The box has bold warnings printed on it. The dosage is strictly prescribed. You are monitored. One small misstep, like buying a second box too soon, and you could be denied, put on a list, or worse. Now, go back to the gun store. After you complete the paperwork and pass the quick check, the transaction is almost over. You pay, and the gun is yours. There is no warning label on the barrel saying, "Overuse may be fatal." There is no tracking system to ensure you don't buy more ammunition next week. It belongs to you. The responsibility is yours. The trust is given to you instantly and completely. This society believes that you, an ordinary citizen, are competent and sane enough to own a tool designed for killing, but doubts you have the intelligence to use the correct dosage of a decongestant. There is a profound paradox in this belief. We fear the misuse of a medical product so much that we control it rigidly, but we fear the misuse of a weapon less. Perhaps because we have decided that the misuse of guns is an unavoidable part of freedom, a price to pay. Meanwhile, the misuse of cold medicine is an anomaly, a social disease that needs to be isolated and controlled. So we build paper fortresses around pharmacies and keep the gate to gun ownership surprisingly wide open. We are fighting a public health crisis by restricting individual access, but are reluctant to apply a similar approach to a public safety crisis. The message seems to be, your health is something that can be compromised for the common good, but your right to own a weapon is not. You can be suspected for a sneeze, but trusted blindly with an ending. In the end, you leave the two stores with the two items you purchased. On one side, a small plastic box of pills that made you feel like a child asking for candy. On the other, a gun, carefully wrapped, a symbol of power and adulthood. You drive home and you think about your journey. You realize that the ease or difficulty of buying something speaks not only to the value of the item itself, but to the value of the freedom it represents. Here, we value the freedom to protect oneself, or at least the feeling of that protection, far more highly than the freedom from illness, from physical discomfort. We willingly accept the inconvenience, the privacy invasion, and the feeling of being criminalized just to be healthy. But we will not accept the same when it comes to the right to own a tool whose very existence has been debated for decades. Perhaps the issue isn't that buying a gun is easier than buying cold medicine. Perhaps the issue is that, as a society, we have decided that the potential danger from cold medicine needs to be managed proactively and collectively through databases and regulations. Meanwhile, the potential danger from guns is seen as an individual risk, a matter of personal morality, not collective management. We trust the system to control the small things, but trust the individual to control the things that are truly large. And then you arrive home. You place the box of cold medicine in the bathroom cabinet behind the mirror where it belongs, and you put the gun away in a secure drawer. One item bought with suspicion, one item bought with trust. Both are tools in their own way. One is for prolonging life, one is for ending it. And you sit there wondering, in a society of hard choices, if we are placing our trust in the right places, or have we become so accustomed to the paradox that we no longer notice that sometimes the thing that needs the tightest control is not the thing that heals us, but the thing that can hurt us most profoundly. Perhaps in the end, we fear the misuse of a small pill more than we fear the power of a gun, and that is perhaps the greatest paradox of all.